think we ought to be zoomed in a little bit.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's recording now. We're back! This is Lorelai. No. Oh, Richie.
You ready?
Okay.
Hey everybody, we're back. I'm David.
And Lorelai from Philippine American Couple.
That's us, by the way. Oh look, Daisy's here. Daisy
So,
came to visit.
Our topic today is another movie review. The title is 1971.
1917.
What?
1917.
Oh yeah.
World War
All right, 1917.
Yes, 1917. So what was the movie about, Miss Lorelai?
It is a movie of a soldier trying to stop the war. It is.
Trying to stop the war?
Yeah.
Stop a battle.
It's the same.
Okay.
We
So
think
you-
war and battle is the same.
Well,
It depends what kind of a battle. It's the same war. All right.
so what did you think of the movie?
It's okay. It's not really like a war that we're expecting. Just like a story on how the soldier, what his name?
I don't know.
I know the other one is Blake. He keep
Blake,
telling
yeah.
Blake, Blake. The other one is the one who been killed is Blake.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the other one, he's the one who get an authorization. It's surprising that in 1917 there's no radio or there's no telegram, but they have a plane
A biplane.
to send a message.
Okay, so here's the story, guys. In 1917, it's when the British and the French were fighting the Germans, and the story goes as this. There's a group of the British soldiers who thinks that the Nazis, or the Hun, as they were referred to back then,
What hunts?
Huns, Germans,
Okay.
short for Germans, they were moved and on the retreat, but it was really a setup. The Germans did this intentionally to bring in the British troops. Now, it was discovered through area photos with literally a day before the attack was supposed to happen. So the commanding general recruited two soldiers, one of them who had a brother getting ready to
Yeah.
do the attacking 9 miles away,
Yeah.
to go over there and to give orders to stop the attack because it was a massacre. It was going to be an ambush.
There's
it was a trap.
What's there? A first one and the one who trying to deliver the message is eight from the 8th group, whatever that
I think it
one.
was the 8th group.
Yeah, and his brother's like in the second and the first is a lieutenant, so that's why they called the guy, so that he's really like pursue the plan to deliver the message by walking.
Yeah, he thought he would have more motivation, the soldier would, to save his own brother's life. And that's kind of what the story was about. So how were they going to accomplish this 9-mile trek through enemy territory to
There's only a 9 miles, or it took a
9
few
miles.
days. 9 months.
9 miles?
9 miles, so it's not that far.
It was not.
Yeah, but boy, they said like, oh, if we're going to, why they take them so long to deliver it?
Well, one, they had to go through the military.
It looked like the guy that who delivered the message is like trying to in the needle. You know what I'm saying? What is that name? To get in the needle to get past the chaos and the war, just to reach another group
Yeah,
to stop the battle.
The guys had to make their way through enemy lines and through a couple of towns, avoiding snipers and bombings and things, to get to this other group of soldiers. That's why it took over a day for them to get there, to get to the 9 miles.
Look like an thing.
So did you like the movie? You thought it was just okay?
No, I got a question.
Okay.
Why that when his partner was killed and he never even heard the battalion that came through? I was
Because
stabbed.
the battalion was.
No, it's in the next house. The house they're in the back or they're in the backyard, and the one that battalion is came in the front yard. So how
No.
it come?
You do realize it was a movie, right?
Oh, see.
So here's what I
That's
think.
another stupid of the movie.
Here's what I think of the movie. I think it's supposed to be based on. Here's Lily, based on a true story, but I got the feeling if somebody was writing a story about this, it had a whole lot of boxes. So if I was going to write a script, I want to talk about how a soldier goes 9 miles to save his brother through enemy lines. I would check off all these things. He's a reluctant hero, he picks a buddy, he dies, he gets stabbed, he fights, they get blown up, they got an airplane crash, he meets a beautiful French girl with a baby and he saves the baby's life.
I got a question.
I mean, it was just, to me,
Does cherry blossom when is that starting to appear in the spring, right?
February, March.
Is that cold?
Yes.
Okay, so I asked those because the milk the guy took and it's kind of warm. Then when you get to the baby after few hours, the milk is still fresh.
Well, yeah, it's cow's milk. It's not pasteurized. Yeah.
It will not smell.
But anyway, to me, well, but if you're dying of hunger and thirst,
Yeah, but if you give the baby will get poison.
who gives a crap how bad it tastes? You know?
No, it's just surprising that he get in the afternoon or let's say it's the daylight, and they give that to the evening.
Right. So 12 hours later, the baby got the milk.
I don't know. I think it's stupid.
But I think the movie, it says it was based on a true story, but it seems awful fake to me. So I'm not really buying it. I don't feel like it's a good story. The other thing I personally didn't like, I didn't like the camera action. You know, in World War I, they had a lot of trench warfare. So they had all these guys, and what they did was they had a camera going backwards in the trenches, and the guys would follow the camera. And it just drove me nuts, because it almost made you dizzy like a roller coaster. And
That's the new trending now.
I hated that. And then up on land, they would do these 360 images around that just made me dizzy. I'm like, oh my God, just stand still, would you please? But
Just close your eyes when you're trying to get dizzy.
but overall,
They're focusing on the historic place. They're trying to view the spot of where the war. You know what I'm saying?
I just felt like they tried too hard to make a war movie. I just didn't think it was.
No, it's not a war movie. Just like how the guy get there because there's no. It's only if you're like bombing there, sniper.
I mean, the uniforms, being a history buff.
Yeah, the uniform. They're
It's
just
good.
almost the same as the German because they can't relate if it's a German or it's a British. Like in the other movie, kill anybody who does speak English. They're like kill anybody that speak English. That will good for them.
I thought the uniforms looked authentic, which I thought that was good. The one really, and like I said, being a history buff, right? I've seen photos of World War I of all the dead bodies and the carnage.
Which did it good though because the tongue is
Bloated.
swelling. Yeah, and it's
So
good.
the special effects of all the dead bodies was really,
Really good. Yeah.
And all the dead cows and the dead horses.
Yes.
Because one thing the Germans did, and we all know this,
Yeah.
is when they left a place,
They kill all the cows.
cows, horses, chickens,
And why?
the trees, everything.
So that it will not feed to their enemies.
That's
and
right.
the enemies cannot survive, so they were not close to the area.
So, but anyway, so I'm going to give this movie a.
A is the top, F is the fail.
I'm going to give this one a D. I wouldn't watch it again. Now, we watched Midway earlier in the year. and it
Oh,
was
that was really good.
So Midway was fantastic, especially in comparison to this one, night and day. So what grade would you give this one? 1917.
Maybe they need to change the title. Friendship. Just kidding.
Well, maybe.
What about
I
the
mean-
friendship and how, like, two soldiers, you know what I'm saying? It's about the two soldiers who,
It is. I
Yeah.
mean, 1917.
it's not really like the war.
Yeah, it was the year that it was in, but it had really nothing to do with anything. So
Oh, yeah.
so you got a good point. The title really,
Not Fate on 1970.
yeah, it was only
Because the 1970 is the whole war, and that's only like,
1917 is the whole, right.
yeah, but the movie is not the whole war.
No, it only happened over like a 48-hour period of 1917. So it is, she's right. The name of the movie, not so great. So they need,
Oh,
they need to change that.
If you like the history, then it will fit, I guess, because the movie they're trying to project about the history of what you can see in 1917, like the
Yeah.
trailer on where the soldiers hide, the people that dead in the shallow with water, and the cows was dead, and those like in the German, all the structures that was like the buildings that was falling. And if you can see the comparison, German do a lot of great job and structure than American.
You know, I just thought of this, and
Yeah.
and here's what I think, Lorelai. I think that they named it 1917 to be different because it's not a real story. And versus like Midway or Dunkirk or any of those other war movies, Hamburger Hill,
Which is not
you
a
know,
popular. This story was told by the lieutenant from the war.
second and third hand.
Yeah, so
So I don't know. I don't think it was that great of a movie.
yeah, some military will not really remember the whole thing because they're in the war and they can't hear anything.
But you know what the most exciting thing is?
What, that he was being stabbed there, like he get out of water.
No.
Then after they like like what? You can even.
No.
Oh, the guy stabbed it so cold. Like he just get a water, like
Well, that wasn't exciting.
No, I think it's full. Like like the guy can hardly move, and when he get the stabbing to his friend.
The most exciting thing was the trailers
gone.
of upcoming movies. There's a lot of really good upcoming movies coming out in 2020. That's the most exciting thing about the movie.
And you know the movie, there's always a girl behind.
And this movie, there was one girl.
And the German from nowhere, he knows how to speak English. Remember? Yeah, see?
All right, that's it for us. Oh, Daisy. We gotta go. Daisy's turning up the camera. Bye.
There's an earthquake.
Bye. Daisy. My goodness, don't attack